Welcome to our deep dive into the world of green energy. Today we'll explore the key sources of renewable energy and the latest trends shaping our sustainable future. You know, for a long time we humans have relied on burning stuff, coal, oil, natural gas, to power our lives. And sure, it's gotten us pretty far, but it comes at a cost. Air pollution, climate change, you name it. That's why we got to get excited about renewable energy, folks. These sources are like gifts that keep on giving, naturally replenishing themselves over time. So are you ready to explore how we can harness the power of nature to create a cleaner, more sustainable future? Let's get to it. Let's kick things off with the big one, solar energy. Just imagine harnessing the power of the sun, that giant ball of burning gas in the sky, to power our homes and cities. Pretty neat, right? Solar panels, those sleek, shiny rectangles you see popping up on rooftops everywhere, are the key. They're made up of photovoltaic cells that act like little energy converters, taking sunlight and transforming it directly into electricity. No smoke, no fumes, just pure, clean energy from the sun. Now, solar power has some serious advantages. First off, the sun's energy is virtually inexhaustible. We're talking about a star that's been shining for billions of years and will continue to do so for billions more. Talk about a reliable source. Plus, going solar can save you money in the long run. Once you've got your solar panels set up, you're generating your own electricity, which means less reliance on the grid and potentially lower electricity bills. And the best part, solar panels require minimal maintenance. Once they're up, they're good to go, soaking up that sunshine year after year. Of course, no energy source is perfect, and solar has a few things to consider. The initial installation cost can be a bit steep, but remember, it's an investment that pays off over time. And yes, the efficiency of solar panels can be affected by weather conditions. Cloudy days mean less power output, but hey, even on a cloudy day, those panels are still collecting energy, just like a plant uses even diffused light for photosynthesis. Next up, let's catch some wind. Wind energy, as the name suggests, harnesses the kinetic energy of wind to generate electricity. Think of those graceful wind turbines you see dotting landscapes and coastlines. They're like giant pinwheels, capturing the wind's energy and putting it to work. Now, wind energy has a lot going for it. It's clean, it's renewable, and it's scalable. We can build wind farms both on land and offshore, making the most of areas with strong and consistent wind resources. And once those turbines are up and spinning, they're generating emission-free electricity, helping us combat climate change. Plus, wind energy is cost-effective in the long run. While the initial investment in wind turbines can be significant, the operating costs are relatively low and the fuel, the wind itself, is free. However, there are a few considerations with wind power. Wind is intermittent, meaning it's not always blowing at a consistent speed, so we need ways to store the energy for when the wind dies down. And let's be real, some folks aren't crazy about the aesthetics of wind turbines, calling them eyesores. There are also concerns about potential noise pollution and impacts on wildlife, particularly birds and bats. But researchers and engineers are constantly working on solutions to minimize these impacts, developing quieter turbines and strategies for siting wind farms responsibly. Let's ride the current to our next source, hydropower. This one's been around for centuries, folks, using the power of flowing water to generate electricity. Picture this, water flowing downhill, turning massive turbines connected to generators. It's a powerful and reliable way to harness nature's energy. Hydropower is a major player in the renewable energy game, and for good reason. It's a reliable source of electricity, providing a steady and predictable energy output. And we can build hydropower plants of all sizes, from small-scale operations on rivers to massive dams that power entire cities. Plus, hydropower is super efficient compared to other energy sources. We're talking about conversion efficiencies of over 90%, meaning very little energy is wasted in the process. But hold on, there are some important environmental and social aspects to consider with hydropower, especially large-scale dams. Damming rivers can significantly impact aquatic ecosystems, altering water flow, fish migration patterns, and sediment transport. And we can't forget about the communities that might be displaced by the construction of large dams. Finding the right balance between energy production and ecological and social impacts is crucial for responsible hydropower development. Let's dig a little deeper. literally, into the world of geothermal energy. This form of energy comes from the Earth's internal heat, and it's a consistent and powerful resource. Think of it, beneath our feet, the Earth is a giant heat engine fueled by radioactive decay and residual heat from the planet's formation. Pretty cool, huh? Geothermal power plants tap into this heat by drilling wells deep into the Earth's crust to access reservoirs of hot water and steam. This geothermal fluid, as it's called, can be used directly to heat buildings or to drive turbines that generate electricity. Talk about a clean and efficient way to power our lives. Geothermal energy has some serious advantages. First off, it's a constant and reliable source of power, available 24/7 regardless of the weather. Unlike solar or wind, geothermal isn't affected by cloudy days or calm winds, and it has a relatively low environmental impact, especially compared to fossil fuels. Geothermal plants have much lower emissions, and they require less land use than other renewable energy sources. However, geothermal energy isn't without its challenges. The initial cost of building a geothermal power plant can be high, as drilling those deep wells requires specialized equipment and expertise. And geothermal resources aren't evenly distributed across the globe. It's most viable in areas with high geothermal activity like volcanic regions or areas with tectonic plate boundaries. But hey, for those lucky regions, geothermal energy is a fantastic source of clean and sustainable power. Get ready to be amazed by the power of garbage? Well, not exactly garbage, but close. Biomass energy is all about harnessing the energy stored in organic matter. Things like wood, crops, agricultural waste, and even algae. It's like recycling at its finest, folks. Biomass can be converted into energy in a few different ways. The most common method is direct combustion, where we burn biomass to produce heat for electricity generation or heating homes and buildings. We can also convert biomass into biofuels like ethanol and biodiesel, which can power vehicles. And then there's biogas produced from the breakdown of organic matter, which can be used like natural gas for heating and cooking. Biomass energy has some real potential. First off, it helps us reduce waste by putting organic materials to good use. And it can be carbon neutral if managed sustainably. Think about it, the carbon dioxide released when we burn biomass is offset by the carbon dioxide absorbed by plants as they grow. Plus, biomass is a versatile energy source with applications in electricity generation, heating and transportation. However, there are some important considerations with biomass. Depending on the type of biomass and how it's produced, it can require land, water and fertilizer, which could compete with food production or contribute to deforestation if not managed carefully. The key is to ensure that biomass is sourced sustainably, promoting responsible forestry and agricultural practices. Let's catch a wave and ride into the world of ocean energy. The ocean, covering over 70% of our planet, is a vast and powerful source of renewable energy, just waiting to be tapped. We're talking about harnessing the energy of tides, waves, and even ocean currents and temperature differences to generate electricity. Surf's up, everyone. There are a few different ways to harness ocean energy. Tidal power plants, for example, use barrages or turbines to capture the energy of rising and falling tides. Wave energy converters capture the kinetic energy of ocean waves, using buoys or other devices to drive generators. And then there's ocean thermal energy conversion, which exploits the temperature difference between warm surface water and cold, deep water to generate electricity. Talk about a cool way to power our lives. Ocean energy has some unique advantages. Tides and waves are highly predictable, making them a reliable source of power, and ocean energy resources are often located near coastal populations, reducing transmission needs. Plus, ocean energy technologies have minimal visual impact as they're largely submerged. However, there are some hurdles to overcome. Building and deploying ocean energy technologies can be expensive, and we're still in the early stages of developing these technologies on a large scale. And as with any marine-based activity, it's crucial to minimize potential impacts on marine life and ecosystems. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the exciting world of green energy. We've covered a lot of ground, from harnessing the sun's power with solar panels to tapping into the Earth's heat with geothermal energy. We've learned about the power of wind, water, and even the ocean to generate clean electricity. Each of these renewable energy sources offers unique advantages and, yes, some challenges. But One thing's for sure, embracing these technologies is essential for building a cleaner, more sustainable future for generations to come. Remember, every step towards renewable energy is a step towards a cleaner, more sustainable future. Whether it's installing solar panels on your roof, supporting policies that promote green energy, or simply learning more about these incredible technologies, every action counts. Stay tuned for more insights and innovations in the world of green energy. The future is bright, and it's powered by nature.